And I believe that every participant here would also have expectations and also very excited like I am, like for this, because this is I don't think we had a session like this in the last cohort. So it's like a new session that we are having. And I know, like I always say, you guys should come with your journals, always have your journals, because you have very important things to jot down that you need to go back to at any point in time. So like I said, we're going to be having a fireside chat with our conveners. We really want to know, let me start with, how did you, like, what was the inspiration behind Farmer Incubation Hub? Why did you start Farmer Incubation Hub? How did this start? Like, how did the idea come about? How did the name, how did everything, where did it all start from? So I would start with, I don't want to start with Fam Taiwo because I'm very familiar with Fam Taiwo. So let me start with Fam Yusuf. Let me hear from Fam Yusuf first.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. Please,
I think it was just one beautiful evening in front of Queens. Can you hear me, please?
Oh, yes,
we can hear you, sir.
I think in front of Queens. No, it's not Queens, though. It's Idia Hall. So we were just having discussion that night, and we felt pharmacy students are not really doing enough in terms of maybe medical students and other students, maybe showcasing themselves, getting opportunities. And we felt that we are leaving pharmacy school. So what can we do to actually make impact, to influence and contribute to the growth of pharmacy students? So I think that's what started the conversation and the discussion and the conceptuality of the whole idea of the PIH that we have today. It's just in front of Idia Hall and the University of Ibadan. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Fam Yusuf. So let's hear from Fam Ezine.
Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't know, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know where Yusuf met in front of Idia Hall, but me, I don't know if it's Idia Hall, but I think it was.
Isn't it Yusuf met in front of Idia Hall?
Are you not there? Okay.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it was Yusuf and Taiwo that started that conversation in Idia Hall, but I remember the place I remember the conversation started was at the Alumni Center. Yes, so it was that day we all there together. I think we're just discussing about PANS Week, and then we thought about doing something too for pharmacy students. So yeah, it started informal. I think the conversation maybe started in my room. Was it during one exam? Then different places, but definitely it's something that we all sat down together to think about. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Layo. I'm done. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, Ezine. So let's hear from Pharmacist Taiwo. So like, where did it start from? Want to know where it started from outside of
Okay. All right. So I see that we are all saying almost different things, right? But the beauty of that conversation that started way before we made the decision, because we had always been thinking about it. What can we do? What can we do? I remember that when isn't it myself and Christy were in the same class, of course. So it was in another class, but we're all united in pharmacy students get better. We're all united in our motivation to be better students ourselves. So for Ezine, Christy, and myself, we had the discussion, I remember clearly, in Ezine's room, because Christy and I were always going to Ezine's room to read. Ezine's room was on the topmost floor in Queen Idia Hall. Myself and Christy were on the same floor in final year. So we would always go to Ezine's room to read because she was the most serious of us. So we went to her room to receive ginger anytime we had to read for exams. I remember that it was, I think the last paper, second to the last paper. See also, pharmacy students. We knew pharmacy school was tough, but we're still thinking about non-pharmacy things during the exams. So instead of us to actually be reading, we're just driven by that, motivation to help pharmacy students get better. And we were discussing how we could do something like one of our friends did in his school, Eddie. I'm not sure if any of us knows Eddie. Eddie Uwogiren is a final year medical student, medicine and surgery at the University of Benin. Eddie, if anyone knows Eddie, can Google him. Eddie is a motivation to healthcare students across board. And he's someone who we've seen excels outside of the classroom, even as a medical student. He attends healthcare events, has been invited to speak at many events, even outside of medicine and surgery, outside of healthcare. He runs a travel agency even as a student. He is a Yali alumnus. He has been selected for fully funded events. And Eddie started an incubator hub. I think that's what he called it. UBEMSA Incubator Hub, yes. University of Benin Medical Students Association Incubator Hub for UniBen medical students. And then I think UI guys also wanted to start something like that. UIMSA, they also wanted to start something like, I'm not sure if UI guys started or the one that started. Then LASU guys, I know LASU. Tola, if you know Tolani Odukoya from LASU Medical Students Association, Tolani, also a trailblazing medical student. He also started something like that in LASU. And we're just thinking, these medical students, they are subjected to the same stress as we are in pharmacy school, yet they succeed in excelling in the classroom and outside of the classroom. What's wrong with pharmacy students? Why are we only all about our books? Why are we only just thinking about how to pass? Yet, many of us don't even pass excellently. So that means we have many people who sacrifice their abilities, their skills, their talents on the altar of passing, yet do not get to maximize themselves fully, wholly. And we wanted to change that narrative because we were people who had been there, done that, something like that. So you see someone like Yusuf Adebisi, who is a researcher by excellence, who published a number of research articles, even as a pharmacy student, and he still graduated with the first class. So we wanted to change that narrative. We were students, okay, we didn't graduate with the first class year, but we still did well in school. And then we were also attending events in school. And our classmates, in fact, used to call us part-time students. We would smile at that, yes. But we also knew that what we were running for or trying to achieve was something of value that would help us even beyond the classroom. Right? I remember in final year, one of my classmates, Tianu, was telling me, I feel like I've wasted all my years in school because I don't think I achieved anything. I've not honed my talent. I've not done anything. So situations like that made us think about it. What can we do? Our friends in medicine and surgery, they are big motivation to us. What can we do for pharmacy students? And that's how Azine, myself, and Christy thought about it. And when we thought about it, fortunately, I saw Yusuf just one night along Idia Hall. And we stood there. I think we must have spoken for about 3-4 hours, thinking, what can we do? How can we to pharmacy students? And I'm so glad that, beyond the class barrier, even though we were not in the same class, but because we are united by that singular purpose to help pharmacy students get better, we have made this happen. We made pharma incubation happen. And I must say that we just didn't start by ourselves because we thought we wanted to do something nice for pharmacy students. In fact, we reached out to those medical students of ours. I remember that Bono, the president University of Ibadan Students Association. She spoke at the closing ceremony for cohort 1. We reached out to Tolani Odukoya of LASU to say, okay, please share with us the things that you use for LASU guys. We want to start something like that for pharmacy students. We'd like you to help us out. I remember that we also reached out to Eddie. Okay, Eddie, please, can you give us ideas? How can we do this? So for us now, the vision is big and it's also one of collaboration. And that's why it's so beautiful to see that Farmer Incubation Hub is laid on the foundation of interprofessional collaboration. And I'd like to thank all the conveners who have decided to stay true to this. When did we graduate? We graduated in 2019. Yusuf graduated in 2020, early 2021, right? And we are still here. And we hope to be here even for many years to come, giving back to pharmacy students.
Thank you so much, Taiwo. That was really explicit. Wow, thank you so much. I think what I was able to pick from this is that, we were doing the book review on Wednesday, and one thing we learned is, number one, the company that you keep. The company that you keep tells a lot about where you will go and where you will go, like how far you will go in life. So this shows and tells us that, of course, it was not just one person. It was in the company of the right set of people with like minds that you bet great ideas. And these great ideas are quite a number of people have even benefited from and are doing great things from. Started with a company of friends with like minds. So you would, like we were saying, so you should be intentional about the kind of company and the kind of friends that you keep if you really want to go far in life, and you don't have to be mediocre. Okay, so from Christy, over to you. From Christy has this passion for SDG, and she has really done a lot of things in that line. So I would like to ask, where did this whole SDG drive, SDG passion to go for pitches, to win, projects and all that, where did all the drive, where did it start from? I'm very curious to know.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Okay, I don't know what to say. I don't know where to start from. Okay, I would say mine actually started in, was it 200 level? Okay, probably 200 or 300 level. Okay, right from 200 level, I love to attend events. So funny enough, we attend events separately. I mean, when I say we, the conveners of PIH, we attend events separately, but eventually we just get with ourselves at the event. And I'm like, this is a pharmacy student, this is a pharmacy student. Like, that's how Taiwo, Ezine, and myself, that's how we kind of became so close. It wasn't like we planned some of the events, so from there. All right, but for the SDGs, I was part of Enactors. I don't know, have you heard of Enactors before? So I was part of Enactors, University of Ibadan. So basically, Enactors is a student organization that is focused on you coming up with projects, solving problems, basically, not just business, like solving problems and trying to see how you can generate money. So we call it like a social enterprise where you're solving a problem, but you're being paid otherwise. So that's where I got mine from. Then being a part of Enactors simply means you have to identify a problem in your community, then look for solution, and then impact the community. So that's how it started for me. Like, I just feel this is so nice. So I learned how to pitch because we organize an annual competition in Enactors where different schools across Nigeria would come to Lagos and pitch your ideas and all. Then the winners will be selected, So I learned how to pitch, how to come up with PowerPoint presentations, certain things. Then from there, like, I just feel, well, it's all good. So for me, I'm kind of focused on SDG 3, majorly focused on SDG 3. While I was in school, I was focused on SDG 4. That's quality education. So I was doing projects regarding quality education. But leaving school, I applied for one hackathon like that, and it was on SDG 3. So from there, I just started up something regarding SDG 3. So that's just it, basically.
I would like to add that Christy was the team lead that championed the PANS hackathon. I think we were in 400 level, right?
Yeah, 400 level.
Yes, I remember.
Oh, okay. So I think I would love to even share that with you guys. So
Yes.
how that actually happened. So when I was in 300 level, that was the first time ever of attending PANS convention. So it was in Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU. So attending PANS convention, we got there on Wednesday. I mean, leaving school wasn't easy for UI students. So we couldn't travel from Sunday to Sunday. So we left school on Wednesday. So getting to OAU, And then, trust me, it was like, okay, we just did the night events, the following day, everything was just, so at the end of the day, it felt like a time wasted for me, to be honest, because how would I leave school, leave academics, leave everything just to come here? And all I could say I gained was we had social nights, we had traditional nights, we had dinner, but nothing tangible to gain. So I wasn't just myself. I felt we could do better, we can do better. So now that's not it, that's not all. So I remember that night, what's it called? That last event, is it an general something something something, I can't remember what they call it, where they actually choose new executives. So our president came to meet us that would be voting for these schools, these schools, these schools. And then my friend Tony, one of our close friends, just said, why is it that we are voting for people? Why are they not voting for UI for a certain post? So my president was not like, it spoke with Christy to be the editor-in-chief, deputy editor-in-chief, but she refused. Of course, why won't I refuse? Like, I felt, why should I be the deputy editor-in-chief? I'm not very good with write-ups, and although I was part of the press from 100 level, I was part of the press, but I just felt I'm not sure I can do this, like deputy editor-in-chief for PANS National, you know? So I decided I wasn't doing, but when my friends started saying, Christy, you can do it now, this and that. So I took up the challenge and I decided to go for deputy editor-in-chief, Zone A, that's for Southwest region. So to cut long story short, I got elected as the national deputy editor-in-chief back then. So now, after getting selected, of course, I was part of the group and all. Then I started thinking, what can we do? Like, what can be done? When I attended OAU, I didn't enjoy myself. Like, I felt we can actually gain substantial things, not just fun and all. So I leveraged on the fact that I was part of the national executives to come up with a solution, and that was the hackathon. And where did I come up with hackathon? Funny enough, since 200 level, I've always heard about hackathons, but I used to think hackathon is just tech. Like, you have to be tech inclined, you have to be this, you have to be that. But when we traveled to Rwanda, that was 2017. Yeah, that's 2017. We traveled to Rwanda. So I joined the hackathon team because I was shocked. The healthcare symposium, that's what healthcare symposium we went for in Rwanda. I felt this is just for healthcare. And if it's just for healthcare people, it means hackathon is not just for people in tech. So that was actually why I joined hackathon back then in Rwanda, worked with different teams across different countries. Like, we had different people from different countries working together to come up with a solution. So it was fun. It was an opportunity to learn, to network, to, you know. So, and my team, I think probably we came third or second, I can't remember, but of course we didn't win. But it was a learning experience for me. So coming back to Nigeria, I felt, okay, having participated in something similar, we can bring this to pharmacy. So if we could have done it then it means we can do it as pharmacy students as well. So I just proposed the idea to my PANS president that year. Like, we can actually introduce something new and, you know, make it fun, make it worthwhile for people. And everything is a story today. We were able to pull through. We were able to pull through, and I'm actually glad even hackathons still exist in PANS convention today. Like, if you actually attend PANS convention now, you would understand how hackathon actually started. It wasn't something they've been doing before. It started in 2018. So, to the glory of God.
Wow. Again, another thing about company that you keep. So sometimes even when fear wants to come in, the right company that you keep will actually give you ginger to push. There's sometimes where we really don't know the abilities that we carry, but we just need a little push. You just need that little push, and the company that you keep will also help you to push. So, Christy, thank you so much for that. Oh yeah. I remember. Wow, that's very good. That's really awesome. Okay, so on to you, Farm Yusu. So, Farm Yusu, this your passion for research, this drive for research. Can you tell us how it all started? Like, did you always have this passion for research right from your 100 level? Like, where did you all start from? And can you brief us on your journey on how you met from Dawn too?
Oh, okay. So, right from times, on the other level days, I know that I'm passionate about research, but I don't know how to go about it. I don't know what to do. So, I attended the Global Health course in 2017, I think in Ife, yes. So after the presentation, talks about how students are doing research, that you don't need to graduate before you start doing research, you don't need a PhD. So I felt, so I was really inspired that as a student, I can do research. Wow. So, but then, it's not matter. I don't have the skill, the required knowledge to do these things. But that inspiration that I received from the program actually propelled me to start looking for opportunity to learn, to watch different YouTube videos, to take online courses. And it took me almost after the Global Health course, that was 2017, my first publication was in 2019, January. So I felt, during that time, I felt, okay, I just need to publish, I just need to understand research more. But then I took time out to build capacity when it comes to research, and I reach out to mentors. So from my journey in research, what you can actually pick up is that you need to know that you need inspiration at times. Inspiration is also very useful. Don't put inspiration aside. And working on inspiration is also another thing. Because I know since other level days, I'm going to get involved in research, but I know that I'm not interested in wet lab research. So what kind of research can I do? So I just felt, okay, let me wait till after graduation from school. But after the Global Health course in Ife, I was inspired to start doing research, start doing that, maybe because of John's presentation and all, because he told us a lot of things about our students that are actually doing research. So after the course, I started learning more about research, start reading books, watching YouTube videos, asking questions. I know that I still have to do pharmacy things, but then I think one of the things that actually helped me is that I can self-learn. I've noticed that for a long time. Like I can pick up something and read it on my own. Like even if I'm asking you questions, you think I'm a professor or an expert in it, because I can read things on my own and easily grab what they are saying. So I started reading books on research methodology, the kind of studies design that we have, the kind of method that we can use in research, and how we can publish. But one thing that actually stood out for me that I want you to learn as a young person is that you have to invest in learning more about research. That you have to really take your time. Because for me, I don't have that. I know many people now, they have that urge, that push to start publishing because they see their friends or other people publishing. I know that's the inspiration. But then I don't see any student publishing there. People don't see that as a thing. So I felt, Yusuf, you really need to learn about research and you need to build capacity in research. So like 2 years after the Global Health course, I really immersed myself into learning more about research, building capacity in research, and doing all sorts of things when it comes to research. And reaching out to mentors. If I don't understand something, I ask. But then if I'm talking to you, you know that I've done due diligence to actually make my own research about that, and I'm asking you. And I think that's one of the things that make mentorship we've done actually fruitful, because I don't stress him a lot with a lot of things, questions of mine. No, I try to make conscious effort to learn things on my own. Then I go to him and ask him, okay, how is this thing done? Even when we are talking, you know that I've actually done my own diligence to learn. But then, I don't have that push to start publishing, because I know now many people want to start publishing, even that first day. I used to wonder why you want to join a team, research team, without you having that required skills and knowledge to join a research team. When you are joining a team, that means that you have that knowledge to partake or to contribute to the success of that team. So I think as young person or young people, we have to actually focus on capacity building. And that's what actually helped me, because during that time, that 2 years, I've learned a lot of things. Abstract writing for conferences, how to structure articles for journals, how to write commentaries, how to conceptualize original research. So I've already learned all these things within that 2 years with personal study, asking questions from mentors. So that 2019, I was in 400 level, I think 400 level, maybe going to 5. So during that time, I already understood a lot of things about research. I just started writing, started collaborating with teams. So it's during that time, between that 2019, January 2019, and February 2021, when I finished for pharmacy school, I already have more than 50 publications. So what you can learn from that is that when you already understand the concept, not that you want to join a particular team, No, if you want to join a team where you want to learn together, that's different. But collaborating with a team without you actually investing in your growth, in understanding more about research, it won't really work. Because at times when I give, maybe write this, people that want to join my research team or research team that some people are actually working with, they won't be able to contribute because they've not taken their time to let them know what research is all about and how to go about it. So I think one of the things I can actually learn from my own journey is that I invest in learning more about research. I take my time out to learn about research, what research is all about, and I also have good mentors. And I learned how to actually maintain that relationship, that it will not look one-sided, that, okay, maybe I'm the one only receiving at the receiving end every time. I also look for a way to make sure that I'm giving back to my mentors and I'm also building personal capacity. So investing in capacity, growing, learning more about research is really, very important. You don't need to know everything, but then the basics, you got the basis of research, the basic part of research, you can invest in learning that. Then anybody you approach, it makes it a lot more easier to build capacity. Firstly, I know that my writing skill is not so great. Like, if you see the way I write, then it's not, in fact, I wonder how I'm going to do it. But then I take my time, like, to actually learn, to read research papers. And now the story is actually different. So it depends on you. Everything just depends on you knowing what you want. I know I'm not interested in West Lab research. I know I love to engage in research that is field work, maybe doing public health research. But I felt I should just stop. I should not do this. But the inspiration from that global health course actually changed my life and the way I look at things. So now I can pick up anything and I should actually do it because I already know the basics and what I need to learn and what I need to do to actually achieve anything I want when it comes to research. So make sure that the foundation is very strong and don't always know that inspiration can also actually help. I don't know whether don't actually put something in his voice or something. I was really inspired to start doing a lot of things. I take my time to make sure I learn. Because now I know many people see pressure everywhere. Because I want to publish. But then personally for me, I take my time out to learn more about research. And that's actually helped me. So I think that's just the summary. Or is there anything I didn't answer? Omalayo?
Fam, you answered. You over-answered. That's so good. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. There were a lot of things you actually mentioned. I remember that that global health course because we also went for it. Because even me myself, I remember. Okay, I think we were in 300 level that time.
Yes.
We were in 300 level. I know that I was so clueless about anything international thing. Like I was so clueless. But I think what gave me ginger was, I think it was you and Dan said that gave me ginger about when you guys talking about the
farmer equation of pharmacostory.
Yeah, pharmacostory, exactly. Don't mind us, people. Sorry. I remember that time, I think both of them, I don't know what we're even talking about. I entered their conversation and then they were talking about Rwanda and all that. And I was like, this is nice. That since I could never go to Rwanda, I was go to Rwanda. Let me go for this one that is OAU, that is close to me. So I finally went, and honestly, like just like he said, like I think don't put something in his mouth. Like it was such. I'm serious. It was so much. Like there was so much inspiration because he's a medical doctor, and he was able to make we pharmacists know that our roles are much more than just 2 in the morning, 2 at night. He was able to expose us to a lot of places where we need pharmacists, where pharmacists are needed to be doing a lot of great stuff. In fact, the 3 people that organize the program are medical doctors. Dr. Bodinga, Dr. Ayo, and Prof. Don. They are all medical doctors, and they literally needed pharmacists to open their eyes to see that you guys need to be part of this opportunity. You must not sleep on it. And I feel like for everybody that went there, they were able to pick at least 1 or 2 things that stood out for them. And I remember that even I think after that day, I think on the last day, I think myself, you were just strolling, and then I was talking about starting something like to educate people and all that. I think then it was now maybe after a year that LTC Learner started. Because I remember when we were talking about
inside Fankem Lab.
Yes, exactly. Then I think it was from our conversation after that meeting. That was when Pharmaco Story started. So we started Pharmaco Story. We did outreach. We did sickle cell. We reached out to sickle cell people in UCH.
Yes.
Like we literally went out of our comfort zone to do a lot of crazy things that we never thought. We had people volunteering for the sickle cell thing. People traveled all the way from their schools to volunteer. Like people that we had not even seen before. We just said, okay, guys, we want to do this field. And we just started this thing on WhatsApp, and then we had people really volunteering. Like we ourselves were shocked. Like we didn't have any money to start anything, but then money came. We got money for drugs. We got money to buy stores for those sickle cell people. So like a lot of things that fear can do, fear can limit you, but then you have to step out of your comfort zone to be courageous to do a lot of things. So that's just one of the things. And then you also mentioned something. You mentioned something about doing your assignment. Diligence is one thing that a lot of people want to skip. A lot of young people want to skip, and it's not possible for you to skip diligence. If you skip diligence at the initial stage, you would crack by the time you get up there. And that's what people don't really understand. Look at what you said. You said in 2 years, you learned about research on your own for 2 years. And in 1 year, you were able to publish more than 50 articles. So just imagine where you were just, how to publish in 2 years. You probably still be struggling with maybe 10 articles by now. Do you get? So there are some times where you have to do your assignment, you have to do your own work. Like you literally, because if you do your own work well, just like Pharmacy was saying, it makes it easier for mentors to have interest in you, actually. I remember when because I was part of Pharmacovation of 41, I remember when they paired me with Aniekon. I've always been looking at Aniekon like, hey, God, I've just been reading about this guy, like, Kidiko. And it was easier for us to connect because I already did my assignment. I know my interest. I know what I want to do. So by the time I just go to Aniekon, there was a time we literally talk for hours. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is why I don't really know how to go about this thing. Can you help me? He saw that I had already done my assignment, and then we still keep in touch to today. It's just about if you do your assignment well, every mentor literally wants a mentee that has direction. At least you don't even have to know anything, but you just have a direction of your life. Just have a direction. Just know something. You can't just depend on your mentor for everything. I remember sometimes I reach out to Aneko. Oh, Aneko, do you need help in this? Do you need help in this? Okay, if you need help in this, I can help you with this. And the time you say, okay, please help me make this slide. Help me do this. From making slides, I have to do research. Okay, what is this? What is that? What is that? To help me make this slide. So those are one of the things. Consistency, diligence. Diligence is very, very, very important in everything that you do. And of course, like it's not everybody might know from the beginning that they want to do research. Some people might want to do other things. Look at what I said. I said we went for the same program, but we came out like doing different things. See, Farm Christy, Farm Ezine, Farm Taiwo, Farm Yusuf, they went for literally almost the same program, but everybody came out with different interests and they are doing different things. So you might not literally know that, okay, it's research I want to do from the beginning, but you know that along the line, you begin to join the pieces together when you do your assignment with due diligence. So thank you very much. From anyway, let's move to, okay, I think I've mentioned. Let me go to Fantairo, because I'm very interested. Fantairo, hey, Fantairo, you just be doing some low-key underneath stuff. You just be seeing Fantairo everywhere. Fantairo is yelling this. Fantairo is this. Hey. Fantairo, come and give us G. How did this passion for, I know that from some of the things I see you do, I know that you have quite a lot of interest in advocacy and policy, something kind of administrative that has to do with, let's make out this policy that would help this set of people. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I know that from some of the things I've seen you do, it's like kind of along that line. So can you tell us, one, where did this whole passion, where did this whole thing start from? Two, how are you able to be aware of these opportunities that you finally like get into it and then like you get into some of these programs and all? How are you aware of the opportunities? Where did this start from? And what is your drive to keep pushing through and keep running? Yes. We want to hear the full gist today from Taiwo.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have 3 questions in all. I see 3 questions in all. When did it start? How did I get aware of these opportunities, and what's my drive? So I'll take 2 questions, the 2 together, 2 of the questions together. All right. So when did this decision, when did I make the decision? I think I consciously made the decision in 200 level. Even though I had started taking steps in 100 level. I gained admission just like every normal pharmacy student, right? We all excel academically in secondary school, right? So we're all best of the best in our secondary schools, I believe. So yes, got admission. And my goal was, of course, to do my very best, have a 7.0 in 100 level. You know, that was the goal. Even though I didn't have 7.0, I had almost 7.0. But even beyond that in 100 level, I remember that I had already started taking steps in the line of my interest. University of Ibadan, for example, has a radio station. I knew that I'm very interested in public speaking and in media. And someone in my fellowship who was, what did she study? I think she was in dentistry. Yes. Fortunately, she was volunteering at Diamond FM of University of Ibadan. And she just announced on a Sunday, Diamond FM is currently recruiting volunteers. If you're interested, you can apply. And I reached out to her, and she asked me to visit the radio station. I got there, picked up the form, got interviewed, and I was selected. I started volunteering then as a newscaster. I worked briefly as a duty continuity officer, DCA. That's what we usually call OAP, on-air personality. But most times I read news, the 3 o'clock comprehensive news at 3 on Fridays. I'll go to the radio station. After, I think just before a practical, I think we always had pharmacology practical in 200 level. It was 100 level break, 100 level break that I had, just before the level break that I went for the interview. So I resumed in early 200 level, yes. And 200 level, it was physiology. Yes, not pharmacology, physiology practicals. So just before physiology practicals, right, I would run to the radio station. Thank God it was very close to faculty pharmacy. So I would just run down in like 5 minutes and I'm back after the news, about 15 minutes. So I'll go on air. Good afternoon. I am Taiwo Olawayemi. Thank you for joining us for the comprehensive news at 3, and then we'll shoot. So from there, yes, I just had a rude awakening in 200 level that I didn't want to live a life of regrets. I knew that I had many skills. I knew that I was inspired by people who were excellent in the classroom and outside of the classroom. So I didn't want to look back thinking of what I could have done better when I actually had the opportunity to do better. So for me, it was regrets. I didn't want to look back with regrets. Oh my God, yeah, see my friend, she's doing so well. How I wish I did this too. How I wish I did this too. I didn't want to live that life. So I decided that I was going to do things in the line of my interests. Yes, as much as I wanted to explore, I knew that it would be foolhardy to do just anything. So the wise thing for me is to pursue things in the line of my interests. So I know that I'm interested in media. Yes. I know that I'm interested in policy making. Yes. I know that I'm interested in entrepreneurship as well. Yes. At least those 3 things are my core. So from everything I volunteered for in school, from the faculty to my fellowship, to NGOs, to any other thing I did, I think they all revolved around these 3 areas. So for example, even in the fellowship, I was in the media unit. You know, in the fellowship or even in the mosque, you have opportunities to join a unit. So I joined units based on my interests. I joined drama unit because I'm interested in media, creativity. I like acting actually. So I joined that. And then NFCPS for pharmacy students, I found myself in the editorial unit as well. right? For policy making, I actually didn't have an idea how to go about that. I'm glad that Yusuf mentioned mentorship, right? I I found a mentor in school, a student as at that time. I think it was in his final year or he was a recent graduate. And he was the one who pushed me in the line of MUNs, Model United Nations conferences, right? And I remember how I met him. I met him through debating because I'm interested in communication, in debating, in media. I found that that was the major thing I did in school. So I joined the debate team for my hostel, Wenidia Hall. I joined the debate team for pharmacy. I grew to become the coordinator for pharmacy's debate team, right? And I should add that when I was coordinator, we beat OAU during the Sarifang Atoi competition. So yes, I had gone for a UI audition to debate, and that's how I met my mentor. He just picked an interest in me. And he was like, okay, Taiwo, he would even refer to me as a mentee without me making a formal application for mentorship, so to speak. I'm not sure if any of us has been in that situation before. He sort of took an interest in me and would regularly refer to me as mentee. So even after graduation, he would always reach out to me, Taiwo, what's up? What are your goals? I've not seen your goals for this year. I've not seen a review of your goals for this year. Taiwo, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. So yes, so I guess my interests generally led me to those things. And then when my mentor introduced me to Model United Nations conferences, of course, I had no clue. It was in 2017. What class was I in 2017? Maybe 300 level. I think that was when I traveled to Ghana. He just put it in my mind. You need to attend Ghana International Model United Nations Conference because he had previously attended the one at Lagos or an international one. And he said, Taiwo, you have to attend this. Guys, I had to pay for my trip to Ghana because, oh God, that was one big thing, one of the big things I did in the university. So of course I knew I had to fly to Ghana, right? Or ride to Ghana that time. So I when I applied for GMON, the conference, got selected, I got a country, I got information regarding the conference anyway. And then I had to source for the money for my trip. I think I needed, is it 75,000 naira for the conference? And then about 100,000 naira for my trip. I can't even remember. I know I spent about 150,000 naira and I had zero in my account. I had nothing. You see, when you want to step out of your comfort zone, you need to make certain sacrifices and you will spend money. So how did I even get money to travel? I know some of us maybe desire to attend certain events, but because we have financial constraints, we're unable to do those things. That time, do you know what I did? I picked up my phone, looked at all of the persons on my contact list, and I started reaching out to people that I knew who were my friends. And some of them would, okay, Taiwo, how I wish I did something like this when I was in school. I always desired to do things like this when I was in school, but I was unable to do it. I'm so glad to see you do these things. Okay, I will support you with my 10,000. I'll support you with my 20,000. Then I reached out to some of my secondary school classmates. I would say, guy, please, I need your help. Oh, I want to attend a conference. I don't have the money. You can support me with even 5,000 naira and so on. And that's how my money got. That's how I was attend the conference. My aunt also supported me. So from Ghana International Model United Nations Conference, of course, I met people. You would interact with people from Nigeria, from Ghana, from other parts of Africa. And from there, I attended Babcock International Model United Nations Conference, the one in Abuja, met people too, grew my network, grew my experiences as well. Beyond that, I learned a great deal about United Nations procedures. I just got more enlightened, more than the regular pharmacy students, which is expected, right? So aside that, that's how my interest began to bloom so to speak, I began to sharpen my interest and began to be able to pinpoint what exactly I would like to do with my life. Because I knew that, I didn't want to do regular community pharmacy. I had done IT in community pharmacy before, or I did another IT in a production company. I did my internship in a hospital. Okay, I don't really fancy all of these things. But these extra experiences that I had, sharpened my experiences and now helped me to see that I can be a pharmacist who is regular. I can be an unconventional pharmacist. Experiences like the one I got when I also attended the global health course in Ibadan, sharpen my experiences to say, okay, see someone like Dr. Bodinga, who is a medical doctor, but works with the United Nations. He works in the International Office of Migration, if I got that correctly, IOM. He's not a regular medical doctor. See Dr. Midas. I know two of them. One of them works with WHO, World Health Organization. Another works with the UN, and now both of them are now in IOM. They are not regular medical doctors. So I began to see, okay, these are opportunities for me as well to begin to explore those unconventional terrains as a pharmacist that I currently am. How did I get aware of these opportunities? Yes. So I already mentioned that, for example, my mentor led me to Model United Nations conferences. My friends, my company, I'm glad that she mentioned the power of the right circle, right? My friends, Christy, Tony, and Azine, who were 4 in our class. So we'd always attend events together. Even though we had a different interests, sometimes our interests aligned. So for example, I said I'm interested in entrepreneurship. So there are some events, some events for students, for example, that focus on student empowerment and so on. That's how we usually met ourselves at those events. So maybe I see the event somewhere and I share, guys, can we go for this event? Blah, blah, blah. And maybe Christy sees an event, or Izine sees an event, or Tony sees an event, and then that's how we attend those events together. And as we attend those events, we also meet people, we expand our circles, and we get information regarding those events. YALI, for example, YALI is something that every young person passionate about personal development should know about right now. So we have friends in our network who are probably YALI alumni, or they are planning to apply to YALI. That's how we get such information. Someone like Eddie, I have never met Eddie before in my entire life. But if I need something right now, I can always send a message to Eddie. Guys, please give me about 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Right, so I'm back. Yeah, thank you very much. So through our network, we would get to hear these information. I have some people who follow me on WhatsApp and they say, Taiwo, I make sure that I check your WhatsApp status update every day because I know I'll obtain value from it. So someone like Eddie, I'm always checking his status updates, okay, because I know Eddie shares opportunities. I know Bolu shares opportunities. I know that Progress Agbola shares opportunities. So what do your friends share on WhatsApp? Do they just share their daily rants? It's fine. Yeah, we're all humans, right? So we shouldn't place ourselves so highly, like we don't experience daily realities. But beyond that, what value do your friends share with you? What value do your friends share with you? So my friends share a lot of opportunities with me, and I share with them as well. Also, I would like to, Christy mentioned Rwanda, that we travel to Rwanda. I have thought that I would travel to Rwanda as a student. How did you get to the event? Rwanda was a healthcare student there, and many healthcare students, pharmacy, medicine, surgery, veterinary medicine, across the board, across the world, attended. So it was even beyond Africa. I never knew about the event, but one of our classmates, Adiola, knew about the event. We had we had gone to the faculty at that time. I'm not sure. And then we saw that Diola was just roaming the faculty, trying to put some letters together. And we asked Diola what. Diola is currently at the University of Oxford. She left Nigeria, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, got a scholarship to study at the University of Oxford. So you can see that all those little things we did in school have built up. A scholarship didn't just let her. That she and Yusuf and Co got selected for one program internationally recognized when they were in school for antimicrobial resistance. So those are the things that I do even beyond school. So we who are selected as an advisor to Harvard University. You see, our teachers are also trailblazers. At least I can talk. But so Adiola was looking for sponsorship for that event. I know.
And so I think your network is fluctuating.
That's how Tony, myself, okay, isn't it wasn't there then? I can't even remember why Isn't didn't join us. So myself, Tony, and Christy did the run around together with Diola. So we put together letters and about the letter because we thought the school wouldn't sponsor us. And we didn't even have the money to travel.
Okay. Hello, Taiwo, please, I think your network is fluctuating.
For an event. I sent you to school.
Hi, Taiwo.
But my mommy got called. Yeah.
Hello, Taiwo.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, I think your network is fluctuating, kind of.
Okay, is it better now? Is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
So I remember that when we eventually got the call, to come to the school bursary, we were in SAP class, social and administrative pharmacy. To come to the school bursary. Oh my God, we were so excited. Wow. And the school called us. We rushed down to the bursary and the school said, okay, they would sponsor the conference fee, but I think we had to get a part of the money or something. There was an obligation. There was an obligation. So the school said they would reimburse us. So we tried to get that money together. I remember calling my daddy at that time. Daddy, my school has selected me for a program. They will sponsor me, but I need to put together some money. My daddy said he doesn't care. He didn't send me to school to do extra things. Some other people have been discouraged, right? But of course, when I told my dad, I'm so happy. So with that, confidence and excitement, I decided to get the money. I asked friends too. Do you see? That shows it's not going to be easy. I asked friends who helped me, who supported me, who lent me the money. In fact, my classmates, I remember one of my classmates lent me, was it 50,000 or 70,000? So some of your classmates have money, but do they trust you enough to even lend you the money? I remember he lent me the money and I returned it when the school reimbursed us. In fact, it wasn't even when the school reimbursed us, when I got a scholarship money. Yes, so I refunded him. He trusted me enough for that. So when we went to Rwanda, yes, we met other pharmacy students. Wow, we even thought we were the only ones. Do you see? But when we got there, we began to interact with other pharmacy students who even left from Nigeria. That made us so excited. And we met other medical students, some medical students from UI, Chinedu, I can't remember the other guys. They all left also from UI. And it just broadened our experiences. I should also add that there were times that I stopped classes when I had to attend certain events. So if I see that, this class is stabbable, I would just leave. I would travel down to Lagos all the way from Ibadan. Or if I knew I was going to miss a test or something, oh, I'll write my subdean. Please, sir, there's an event I want to attend. And my subdean was so gracious to allow me. And then when I returned, I had a repeat test. I know I've spoken a whole lot, but beyond all of those things, I think that it's important to understand your circle of friends, your network. I also think that it's important to notice that this world of self-development, personal development, professional development is not going to be easy. You're going to need to make sacrifices. Sometimes it will be financial sacrifices. So you need to get braced for it. Don't say, oh, because I don't have money, then it can't be done. Sometimes you just need to reach out to people in your network who would be willing to support you, dash you. You won't even need to return the money. Sometimes they will lend you, and you also need to be trustworthy enough to return the money because they are trusting you. So you don't want to misplace their trust. I believe that I have been able to answer the question. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Tiwo. That was really explicit. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think one thing I was able to pick out from this is that you invest in yourself. I think from Yusuf, from Christy, also said something in that line, to intentionally invest in yourself. And the truth is, investing in yourself doesn't come on the platter of gold. You obviously make sacrifices. You definitely make sacrifices. Particularly me, I'm a kind of person that I'm not usually comfortable when I have a company of people that complain a lot, people that complain that they always have something to blame on why this is not working, why that is not working. You are there sitting there, you are complaining why this is not working, why that is not working. Another person is there making use of opportunity, and the person is moving for air, like, no, you're trying to make excuse for the person that, this person is just advantage because this and that. It doesn't happen really that way. You just have to be intentional and always see the positive side of things. I remember when myself, Yusuf, Famadiola, that Fantayo mentioned, and Dami, when we also when we applied for the scholarship for AMR. I remember when they told us to send a video. In fact, I think it was Fam Yusuf that got the information about joining, about being a part of that scholarship. And I remember how he shared it with us. Again, the company of people that you have, honestly, the company of people that you have will actually expose you to a lot of opportunities because you cannot really do them on your own. Then I remember how we start classes. We wrote to this. In fact, the school already knew. By the time we just show up, wait the day. Oh, you guys are the one. Yeah, we are the one. So they already know that they will allow us to just leave and write our test later. So, and I remember when we made a lot of sacrifices. We took risks. Like, we literally took some crazy risks. And it was, I remember that, sorry, please give me 2 minutes.
Traveling to Abuja by road 2 times. All because we want to apply for visa, we want to invest in ourselves. So investing in yourself will take a lot of things from you, but then it's going to return thousands.
Exactly. I remember how we missed SAP test, and by the time we came back, they told us that they were not going to write any test for us after submitting letters. So, and we had to do SAP exam, and SAP exam was 60% pass. So you just had to have that 60%. I was so scared. I was like, hey, Father, SAP test, that I was still banking on the test for some little scores. And honestly, all these things literally paid off at the end of the day. We traveled almost the whole day. There were times where we didn't have money, we had to source. I think at the end of the day, we got WHO Nigeria to even sponsor us. We took a lot of risk. I think it was after that time that I just told myself that I would take any kind of risk, and I would make sure that it will be that I tried every means possible. And I know that I tried everything that was possible. This thing did not just work out, but I tried everything that was possible. And that's what it is. Because most times we are always excited about this one getting 20 awards, this one getting this one awards. Do you know the work that these guys have put into these things before they got the awards? Do you know how many years that these guys had to work before they finally got this award? Some people, it took them 5, 10, 15 years. It took them a lot of years to put in a lot of self-work, self-investment, doing a lot of things. And then they are here, and then all you want is you just want to jump the stage of self-development. You want to jump the place of waiting, you want to jump the place of diligence, and then you just want to be getting awards. Hey, it doesn't happen that way. It really doesn't even happen that way. I remember when we went to Lagos, rain beat us. Hey, Jesus. One of us even fell inside mud. On Thursday, we want to meet president that time. And we still waited for 1 hour, and only for us to get inside. And they were like, you guys don't know what you are doing. Don't know what? Ha. It was a lot of things happen, but then you just have to encourage yourself, be in the right company, really. I remember when the visa too was denied too, and then everybody was like, I remember when we even got to, okay, yeah, the visa was denied, and we're looking for who to help us. In Abuja, we don't know anybody. We were looking for who to help us. It was Professor Babalola. I think Taiwo mentioned Professor Babalola's name. Professor Babalola that I don't even know, one of us just thought of, and we just reached out to her. She was one that called somebody in Ministry of Finance. I think we already even entered the place because we just read that, okay, there's a pharmacist working there as the I think advisor to the Ministry of Finance. Is it finance or something relating to travel? And then we just called
Current affairs.
Current affairs. And then we just called
Foreign
affairs. Yes, Famshio Mobo. And then we just got to our office and we're like, she was like, who are you? I don't know you. I said, hey, father, we don't know anybody in Abuja. Like, I think one of us already carried out. Oh my God. And then we just called Professor Babalola, and then she just talked to Famshio Mobo for us. And then Famshio Mobo told us to enter. They entertained us, trying to call this, call that, and all. So it takes a lot of risk, really, to be exceptional. Nobody is exceptional by staying in their comfort zone. So yes, from Ezine, over to you. Yes, I could see that from your bio, you actually went out of your way to be a trained woman-centered designer. First of all, can you tell us what it's all about? Can you tell us why you decided to go for this? Can you tell us, and can you also tell us, I know that you have a lot of interest in digital health and also our LinkedIn mama. So please, can you tell us how all of this came about, how you started, how you had this passion, why you went out of your way to get that extra certification? So we'd like to hear from you.
All right, thank you. Thanks a lot, Lyra. Thanks a lot, Yusuf and Taiwo. I learned a lot from your talk. Can you hear me? Confirm that you can hear me, please.
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
Yes, now.
Yes, ma'am.
Can anybody hear me, please?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was scared that nobody could hear me. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So thank you so much, Yusuf and Taiwo. Like today, I'll just be
we can hear
multitasking
you.
so
I
many
can hear
things.
you from here.
But definitely, I'm really happy to be here. I'm really proud to hear everyone's growth journey. Especially Yusuf, Taiwo, Christy. So definitely, it made me to sit back and think about what has happened so far. So yes, thanks, Lio. So as we're talking, I just picked my pen to be jotting some points that I think might be important for us to note. We've all been talking about successes. We've all been talking about what works and what we use to do success. But I want to emphasize this, that you almost, despite the fact that we're all doing this great stuff in our own little way, never forget the own place of clarity, having your own individuality, knowing, respecting yourself. You don't have to be a superstar. You don't have to be, I don't it's just having a place of individuality, having a place of comfort with yourself and what success look like to you is very important. So you might have, how do I put it? You might have heard so many things about being a great.
Hi, Ezine. I think your network is fluctuating. Hi, Ezine.
Hi, Ezine. Okay, while we wait for Izine to join us.
Hi.
We
Hi,
Okay.
everyone. I'm so sorry. Apologies
Okay.
for, I guess, my network.
No
Sorry about
problem.
that. So I think I stopped at the point of recognizing your individuality and your uniqueness and what you really want. So before you get thrown away that, oh, Family is doing this great thing, oh, Family is doing this thing, you must first ask yourself, what do I really want for my life? What do I want? Because in today's world, you get flogged away by other people's success that we always want what other people want. Yes, it's great to go to UN. Yes, it's great to go to Rwanda. Yes, it's great to do so many great stuff, but without happiness, all of those things are futile. That's my first point. So going back to the question that you asked about what's my motivation and what's my drive in life, I feel like it's very similar to what everybody has said. I knew what I wanted out of my life. I knew that I wasn't just ordinary. I knew that I wanted something bigger than just a pharmacy student or just a young girl who is in school or who comes out of school and gets married, and who have children and pop up kids out. I wanted something different for my life. So before I entered university, I had a due to the strike, there was this 7-month strike before entering university. It was a nationwide ASU strike. So that period, I started to take an internship with the Computer Institute just to learn basic computer skills, desktop publishing and all. So I had a tutor there who told me so many things about the university. She told me, in fact, she told me what university looked like. So I was anticipating going to the university. I was anticipating doing great things because she taught me how to, when I was doing my internship, she taught me how to make cake, how to sell. I was even selling cakes before university. So I went in with this mindset that, oh yes, I'm going there beyond books. So, and also, I also wanted to do well in school too. So I got into school. How do I put it? I got into school. I wanted to do well in class. I was fair. My first year, we're all doing very well. So in my second year, I knew that, isn't it this? I started attending conferences, good thing. And I heard so many things about life after school, the reality of life after school. Funny enough, I had cousins that went to university. So I had to give myself sense. I had a lot of cousins who went out to the university and came back, and then there was no job. So I was like, isn't it, girl, what's going to make the difference between you? So definitely, I'll give it to the exposure I had. And when I was in my second year, I became a dean of my school's fellowship student business college very early. I mean, well, I remember when I was given that position usually for final year students. And when they gave me, when I was in my second year, I just stood somewhere. I started crying. I was like, yeah, this point, they want to set me up. But looking back, I think that was a blessing in disguise because I had a lot of weight on my shoulder to do something different, to be different. So I read a lot of books. I read books. I know a lot today. I'm smarter than people see me and like, isn't it? How old are you? Are you sure you're this? You don't know that it's because of the books I've read, the knowledge I've acquired that makes me different. So again, the choices you make in life, what you really want from life is what will direct your path. So having made that choice, having made that choice that this is what I want in life, I knew that I wanted to do something different for pharmacy. I wanted to do something, I knew right from time that I wanted to do something around consulting, business consulting, health consulting. So I tilted my journey towards that direction. And again, talking about when opportunities come, when you meet opportunities, what you do with them. I remember applying for that thing. Again, I was everywhere. I was in so many clubs. In fact, I was in student finance club. When they see me in student finance club, University of Ibadan, they'll be like, "Isn't it? You're a pharmacy student. What are you doing in finance?" I was the only pharmacy student. I was only medical student in that club in university. I read so much about finance. I even went for ARM pensions. I mean, I was trained by them on investment research and so many things. So all these things broadened my mind scope about life, about what I wanted for myself. But unfortunately, I knew that, okay, I was already targeting that when I'm done with school, it's either I work with McKinsey or either I work with what they call it, KPMG. I knew that this is what I wanted. So unfortunately, during my final year, I had an encounter with someone during one of my externship in University College Hospital, and she changed my perspective about what I really wanted. I had to sit down and think, okay, if you leave the healthcare industry, what's going to happen? What will you say you've done? What have changed? A lot of people are in the consulting space. So I started thinking about digital health differently in my final year. Before, if you had known me before then, my LinkedIn profile was always reading finance because I loved finance. I even wanted to go to Bank of America. I remember applying then Jackson was always on my head. I always wanted something around finance. I just like, oh, pharmacy. When I'm done, I'm going back to finance. So you don't always have to come out full-fledged with what you want. Sometimes it can change along the way. You just have to move with the flow and also maximize the opportunities that come your way. So I met that patient. She changed my perspective about my life, told me, I had a fresh understanding of what digital health. I started reading out how can we improve the healthcare system. I read up a lot of articles, but I was following, when I was in university, when we were having an exam, I was going to Stanford Social Innovation Review. I followed Stanford in social innovation, Stanford health blogs. I followed Harvard blog, read a lot of their health innovation write-ups. I even subscribed that. I was always getting their email. And I knew that digital health was what I wanted. So fortunately, during one of the final year course, there was this reluctantly, a lot of friends were always just like what I was saying, your network too matters. A lot of my friends would just say, isn't it apply for this? Isn't it apply for? I was just getting the links here and there. Any group I am, all these opportunities, I would just be, so just the deadline, the day the stuff was about, like, this thing, everybody's already sending this thing to me. Let me just apply for this thing. Reluctantly, I just applied and look at where I am today just because I had network who put this thing on my face. So I had the opportunity. I got trained to be a human-centered designer, specifically for health design, and the story has been different from there. I learned so much more about health design, and I'm looking forward to doing something great around health design in Africa, not just Nigeria. That's my dream, because my patient, that girl, changed my mind scope about life and also what I really wanted to do with my life. So the reason why I'm sharing this is because you need to understand that sometimes you have to be flexible about what you want. You have to be flexible about what you set out to achieve in life. And choices are very important. She also talked about risk taking. You have to take the risk. I remember when I had to go for that opportunity, my head was doing bang bang because I already started my internship. I was like, isn't it? Do you want to leave this? All my classmates, are you mad? Are you okay? I was, anytime people message me, like, where are you? I always get this anxiety. But after a while, I just, it's my life. If I choose to do my internship 6 years after I graduate, it's my business. Nobody's business. Nobody should put pressure with you. So all I'm just trying to share is that you have to take the risk. It's not comfortable. It's not funny. It's not easy. But if you want to stand out, you want to be different, you have to do something different with your life. Hope you can hear me. You can hear me some background noise.
Yes.
So so the real world is fierce. The real world is not, I'm sharing this just for you to know that you might see your friends and your peers and you feel pressured. Oh, isn't he making millions, or isn't he doing this? Don't feel pressured. Do what you really want. Happiness is key. You have to come to that point where you understand individuality, the power of individuality, the power of yourself, the power of your purpose, the power of what you really want for yourself, despite the noise, despite the pressure to want to look like success in quotes. As you grow older, you just realize that, was this me? Isn't it this? So I remember that time when Taiwo and Christy and Co were traveling to Rwanda. I didn't even feel pressure because I wanted to, I've never traveled to Rwanda, but I knew that was not my roots. I knew what they were going for was not what I wanted. Some other people might, they just go with the trend. Everybody is going, let me go. No, sometimes you have to take a pause and look back and, is this thing aligned with what I really want for my life? Also, I think I've talked so much. I don't know, but basically my point is you have to really understand yourself. You have to understand what you really want for life, what your purpose is, and also make choices that take you there. Take risk. The risk, I tell you the risk I've taken in this my life. And the funny thing, like what Lyle said, once you take one risk, it's very easy for you to do another. It's very easy for you to build upon your risk. Because the truth is, conventional, it's very easy to predict your life when you don't take risks. Like if I don't take risks, it's very easy to predict that, I'll come out of school, I will do my internship, go my NYC, get married, have children, But life is not fun. There's no story to tell when you do take risks. So I will always encourage you all to take risks, take opportunities as they come, seize them. Build your capacity. It's very important to build your capacity. Learn to be flexible, balance yourself, live with balance. I like to flex. People that know me know I'm a baller. I'm not too serious with life anymore. Before I was like, But now you just have to be flexible, balance your life, enjoy yourself while you're on the journey. Don't be too serious. Don't be saying, my friends are going for every day I must go for a conference. No, be balanced, relax, take your time to soak in what you really want. I feel like even if it takes you 2 years to be clear about what you want, just like Yusuf said, he took that time to be clear about research, the basics and everything. Once you are clear about what you really want, trust me, life goes very smooth and very easy for you, because you don't feel pressured. Number one, you feel easy, you know you're on the right track, and any risk you take, you know it's taking you to where you want to go. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you are take the best step, you know, to make a impact in your life. And I'm really happy to share this with you. Over to you, Layo. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Ezine. Thank you so much for that. So I would like to say that Ezine will soon be leaving us by 1:30 because she has another thing to attend to. So thank you so much for that. So now I will open the floor for participants to ask their questions. I'm sure we learned a great deal today. So please ask your questions. So we have time. We don't have so much time, but then please, I would like you to ask your question. Shoot your shot to my people. They say that if the person that is always keeping quiet and keeping to himself, that is just suffering himself, better ask your question. So please, if you have a question, please just raise your hand, and then I'll be able to do it accordingly. Okay. So while we wait for people to ask their questions, I'd like to say that from all of this, I think in sum, we're able to learn about, number one, having clarity. Having a sense of purpose is very important. I could see that there was a trend in all of which the conveners were talking about. Somebody was saying that you already knew that, oh, I wanted to do research from the start. I know that I want to do this. Some people know that, okay, I just know that I don't want to be ordinary. I want to be exceptional in everything that I do. Sometimes actually it doesn't have to be that you have to have it all figured out from the start. The truth is, you really don't have to have it all figured out from the start, but then there has to be a clarity of what do you want? Do you want to be ordinary? Do you want to be like every other normal person? Or you want to do something out of the ordinary? So it's those things that would actually motivate you and push you. Okay, so Eniola, please, you can ask your question. Eniola, you can unmute your mic to ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for the session. I've gained a lot. But my question is, somebody has said, basically, you're having a good circle, like having people around you, friends that can help. What if the circle you have or the people around you, they are not too many opportunities? I don't know if you understand. We are just too much of this academic type, and we really see opportunities, and even if there is, it's just very few. And then I don't know, how can someone get a good circle with like a lot of opportunities if the friends you have are just the academic type? I don't know if you understand.
Yes, I understand. Layo, I don't mind answering that question before I leave. Is it okay?
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. I think for any of the conveners, if you want to answer the question, you can just unmute your mic to answer the question. But did we all get that question?
All right.
Okay. Okay. Yes, isn't it?
Sorry, just before I leave, I feel like that. Thank you. Just before I leave, I just feel like that question is very important. I mean, it's not so easy, as we say, not so easy to find a quality network, especially people who are like-minded and quality network. So one of the things I did in school, I always ask questions: who's doing this? Who's the person organizing this TEDx in this school? Who's this person organizing this event in this school? In fact, when I was in school, I started an event in school called Inspiro Persona. It was top 50 inspired students in my university. I had, at least we had 2 events, physical events in university. I also had another one at OAU. I didn't just stay in my university. I had to move to OAU, look for the top 50 inspiring students in OAU. So how do you do that? Ask, who is organizing this event, TEDx in my school? Look for that person. That person is valuable. For somebody to even think of organizing an event of value means that person is valuable. When you get that person, you go for the, hi, what you're doing is really nice. I really want to be I want to be close to you. Do you mind? Do you mind if also have a volunteer for your team? Can I get to know you better? And from that person, you meet that person. In fact, what I did that time, I was doing phone call. I just picked up my phone and like, hey, EHE, what's up now? EHE was the ambassador in law. I know he knows people in EHE. Tell me people that are doing great things in law. Can you get me 2 names from law department? So he got me names, and before you knew it, I already knew the people that were doing everything, organizing TEDx in UI. I knew people who were organizing events, people who were ambassadors of things. So that's the way you build quality network. You don't just sit down and wait for somebody who's inspired. Go do your own groundwork, and I'm sure you meet people. Also attend events, like we said. When you go for event, like what Taiwo said, I didn't even know Taiwo. It was Christy that I knew, because in other level we were close on the same floor. But from when I saw that our minds were like-minded in terms of thinking, we just nobody told us. We had to come together and become friends, because we all had, like they say, birds of same feather flock together. So make conscious efforts, and trust me, you will find people who are like you. Thank you. Apologies, everyone. I have to leave now. Thank you. It's been a very useful meeting for me. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much, Izzy. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Eniola, I think she was able to answer your question, right? Are you clear on that? Hello, Eniola.
Now.
Okay, you're clear, right? Okay. So please, I saw another person raising up their hand. Godwin, Chioma, you can go ahead to ask your question.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My question is that the kind of environment I find myself in, especially in university and my faculty, we are kind of restricted. Like there's no way we can say we want to attend. Like when I listen to everyone, they're attending French. They're attending different things some activities that are coming up, but like from what I observed in my school, like we're not allowed to kind of explore, especially my faculty, because attendance is very compulsory. You're not allowed to miss any lecture, because if you miss a lecture, like you can't write the exam. So I just feel like I can't do anything. Like I'm tired. I just have to focus on my academic and so how do I get this opportunity? How do I build myself, and still remain with my academic track without like missing out in the exams or tests and the rest? So how do I go about it?
Okay, so can any of the conveners? Look, what somebody is saying in the comment section that. Sorry, Chioma, you're also in UNN, right? Hi, Chioma. Chioma Godwin.
No, I'm University of Jos.
Oh, okay. I think somebody from UNN is saying that in UNN Pharmacy School, it's been very difficult for us to engage in activities of great impact because of the tight schedule of our studies. And I know my colleagues here will testify to that. So we have been doing well in our little way, and that's the change we're currently bringing in my school. Thanks to PIH for the light you're releasing us. Okay, so please, does any convener have any things to say to Chioma's question? Okay, Ma'am Christy, thank you.
All right, so this Christy.
I actually think that there's no time anywhere, even after school. Omala, how do you say after school? After school, say there's no time. So the thing is that we just have to continue to, we need to know why we are building that capacity. Because as a student, you can't just say you want to personally for me, one of the things that I have in my own personal goal from other level is that I don't just want to graduate just with pharmacy. Like I want to graduate with something more. So that's a push on its own. So as a student, I know that it's not easy for you to combine a lot of things together, but then I think you still need to find time to build capacity in areas that you're interested in. Even after school, there's no time. I'm having one deadline to another. So there's no time. So, but then as a student, you know that when you have exams tomorrow, you can't be reading research books or research methodology. No, you have to read for your exam. But then there'll be some times where you know that, okay, I'm actually free now. I can engage in any other stuff. I can build capacity in things I'm interested in. I can attend conferences. So just look at your schedule and those little times that you have, just use it to get better at something. Because at the end of the day, everyone in your class will graduate with something BFAM. But what extra thing do you want to have with your BFAM? So it's not just BFAM. What other things can you do? What other skill have you learned? Because it's not just about you just finishing, but that's what many people do. Comments from people, from graduates, actually shows that you need to do something more. Though in school it will appear that, okay, you can't do anything. No. You just have to do pharmacy alone. You just have to focus on reading pharmacy books. Good. It's good to finish with first class. It's good to do well in academics. I will even encourage that you should focus on your book. But then there are little times that you can actually use to build capacity in some areas. So you don't have to always wait till you graduate before you do some things. Graduate with pharmacy, do well in pharmacy, finish with as the best graduate student, and still build capacity in other areas. Have areas that you know, okay, this is there I really want to explore. There are a lot of things. I think Omalayo didn't wait. Imagine if Omalayo waited for so long before she started the tips with Layo. So she has to start planning. Although it's fine, but then she started as a student and she did well. And she didn't fail out of pharmacy school. And if you are looking at the best student in class, she's among them. So it's just about you. It's where you are seeing it that, okay, everything just look cloudy. I can't do other things. I can't engage in other meaningful activity. It's only when you start doing all those stuff that you know, okay, there are even time. Like, we did a lot of things while we were in school. But then if you know that you have exams tomorrow or you have tests to prepare for, you focus on that. Your book is also one of the priorities. It's also why you're in school. So it's not good that you also fail out from school. But then know how to prioritize and things that you have to do. But don't say because of pharmacy school, you will leave other areas. Still look for ways, time to build capacity to learn more about other things outside pharmacy. And it has not failed anyone. And I'm sure you're going to really enjoy it and you will thank yourself for doing that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pam. So, Pam Christy,
so just to add to what Yusuf has said. So truth is, just start from where you are at the moment. When we started back then, we leveraged on just weekends, like Saturday. In fact, most of the time, our Saturdays are filled with events. Like we literally tick out our calendars. And this Saturday, I'm going here. And of course, when you already know I'm going for this event, it's from this time to this time. Trust me. It's actually, we're here talking to you about this, but the truth about all these things is, but by the time we come back, we go straight to our books. We are night readers, like we go straight to our books. We know that, okay, I'm spending this number of hours outside. By the time I'm back, I'm going straight to my books. It's something I already know. It's not something someone is coming to tell me or someone is coming to motivate me to do. So leverage on weekends for some of the events. So it was from there we then switched to weekdays events. Like, okay, from weekends, weekends are actually free for literally everyone. So from there we moved to, okay, there's an event on Wednesday, there's an event on Thursdays and all. So that's one. Then two, it will get to a point what you're actually doing will be of great value to not just your faculty, it will be of great value even to your school. Remember when we said we were traveling to Rwanda, it was the school. How they got our contact, I don't know. It was the school that called us personally. Like, we heard you guys are going for an event, this and that. And school was literally proud of us. Even the faculty, they were proud of us. By the time we got back, they asked us to write a report, like it was to be published on bulletin and all. But school wanted to put it as this set of people represented the school, even though we applied ourselves, but of course the sponsor. So it will get to a point, you guys will be of great value. So when them Layo, Yusuf and all, when they won this WHO event, it was just like, oh my God, this school is making sense. So it will get to a point, like your school will be so proud of you, like, wow, there's someone from University of Jos or University of Nigeria or whatever school you are that is doing this great impact and all. So don't say nothing can be done. Trust me, to get to a point, these people would actually become flexible when they see what you are doing, when they say how impactful it is or how valuable it is. So that's just it.
Thank you so much, Fam Christy. Chioma Godwin, I want to ask a question. In your school, is it 100% attendance or 75% attendance? Or 80%?
Attendance.
75.
Yes, but it speaks randomly. Like you can just like
randomly.
yes.
Okay, so that means in 75% attendance, you have 15%. In 15%, not like that, I'm not encouraging you to miss it because I'm just saying that you have to be strategic about these things. Of course, before you can miss, of course, we did not just disappear from any class. We wrote to the school ahead, to the faculty ahead, different letters. There were times where we stayed in school till like almost 8, 9 because we wanted to submit letter. They kept telling us to go back. We did not have this one, we did not have this, we don't have that. So there are times where if you don't try, you will not know the talent that is actually there. You know the challenge that is actually there. You not even know that it's actually even possible to do that. So it is 75% attendance, not 100% attendance, which means that at least there's an opportunity for you to be able to kind of be a part of some of these events, really. And of course, you will let the school know, you write whatever you are going for in your letter that, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it. You write them in your letter. Then also, you can also have lecturers in school. I'm sure there are sometimes you have some lecturers that are like your parents. Do you know that when we were going to go for this Switzerland stuff, it was a lecturer that gave us almost 20K. Fankotila gave us like at least money to help us with transport for the second time. The very first time we were going to Abuja, we didn't know anybody and we had to sleep over. It was a lecturer that told a family member of hers that she has some students that are coming, and we slept in her sister's house. And they even treated us like as if we were family. They gave us 2 meals and all that. So sometimes you leverage on some of these relationships you have with the lecturers. It was a lecturer that I think it was a lecturer that made you know about the event. That was like, oh, you should apply for this thing. We had a lot of lecturers that were really backing us and that were supporting us. So we had people that could really talk for us on the board when they had meetings, and we had people that could speak for us, that could talk for us that no, these guys, we are going to meet this person, go and meet this person, go and meet this person. I think it was in faculty that even helped us know that we should let Professor Babalola know what we are doing. She likes things like this. And at the end of the day, she helped us when we needed help in Abuja. So sometimes you can't just do some things on your own. You need people there. Leverage on the relationship you have with your lecturers. And also be strategic about whatever you're doing, the class you're missing, why you're missing this class. You weigh the pros, you weigh the cons. Know that, okay, whatever I'm getting a lot of value for these things. Just like Pam Christy said, you make arrangements. You know that you're coming back to read. You know that when everybody's playing around, you can't be doing that. If you know that you want to be exceptional, you can't be like every other normal person. The truth is, even when we were in school, it was not only some of these events that were even involved. We were involved in so many other things. Some of us were involved in some church activities. Some of us were involved in some activities in the mosque, and some other things. So it's not only that we're just going for this. So we literally had to split that time into so many things. But of course, you just have to be strategic about it and also leverage on relationships. So thank you. So Jeremiah, you can ask your question.
Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
All right. Thank you very much to all our panelists for today. I really appreciate your comments and all. My question is to Farm Yusuf. Even though I was not around when he gave his own talk, I was yet to connect. My question is basically on research for we students that are actually interested in making research. I'm sure Farm Yusuf during his own time also faced the same challenges that we are currently facing now. The question is that how do we start? I mean, what are the things that we should actually do to watch out? We should actually watch out for. What are the mistakes that he made that should guide us to give us insight on what we should do, and also the resources that he harnessed during his own time that could actually help us, because it's very important to have a direction so that we won't just be interested and at the end of the day we won't find you won't find the right path to research. So I want pharmacists to help us, to enlighten us more on this research, the challenges that he faced, and how he was able to overcome them, and how he was still able to stand out. Thank you.
Okay. Well, for me, like from the beginning, I know that I'm passionate about research. I'm interested in research, but I'm so clueless. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know the next step. But then when the inspiration comes, I felt the first thing that I did then was to start looking for resources, to learn more about research, to build capacity in research. But then one thing I don't know, but that helped me is that over the time, like I know that I can pick up something, read it up, and understand easily. I just need maybe little information to be able to understand complex topics. Even if I sit down with it, I'll be able to pick it and understand. Maybe that's one of the things that actually helped me. So I started checking YouTube videos, looking for YouTube videos, what is research. Like I said earlier, that I'm not really interested in West Lab research. My classmates know that I used to play a lot when we are doing all this farm care and prognosis research. I know that this not, but I know I'm passionate about research, but I don't know that there are other areas. It's only after that global health course I know that there are field research, public health research that can do that you don't have to enter the lab. Okay, wow. So I started reading more about stuff like that, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos on basis of research, types of research methodology. I took some online courses, like author aid course on research writing, and many other trainings, because I believe YouTube is a school on its own. So if you sit down with YouTube, be able to see a lot of insight, and you have someone. Mentorship is really very good when it comes to research. You have to have someone that you always go to, maybe to have for insight about a particular concept. So for me, it's just an intense desire to learn about research, and me sitting down to understand various type of research by building capacity on my own, and also trying to learn more about what research is all about as a whole. So for me, it's just about capacity building. And one of this you can do is to watch YouTube videos, take online courses, and also practice. Because what you learn, you have to put it to practice. So you can say, okay, I want to write something about this. I want to do this about that, based on what you're interested in. So it depends on the other area that you really want to explore. But another thing is that you have to identify that your area of interest when it comes to research. You have a lot of research. Some people are doing HIV research, some people are doing just basic research, some are interested in applied research, some are interested in West Lab research. So you have to know what are you interested in. Some people, for them to be able to do their own do research, they have to actually learn from a laboratory. So for me, what makes it a lot more easier and faster in a way is that what I'm interested in is just something that anybody can read and understand. I may just get someone that you chat with from time to time about what you've read and what you don't understand about research, because it's just public health research, more of interacting with people, writing opinion articles, understanding what the situation of things, how things are actually going in a particular area. But someone that is interested in cancer research, West Lab research, you have to actually look for a way to do maybe internship in a laboratory, or reach out to one of your lecturers that you know that this person is doing research on cancer, or maybe that person is doing research on HIV. So maybe you have to volunteer in their laboratory to learn more about how to do wet lab research. But for me, it's just something that you can sit in your room and learn about it, watch YouTube video and understand the concept. But for some people, it's not easy, because you have to learn different techniques from expert or someone that has been working on it for a long period of time. So for that kind of people, for those kind of people that are interested in research, that are actually more of West Lab research, then you have to volunteer in the laboratory, or you have to collaborate with your lecturers, so that you can learn how to do this kind of studies. So
okay.
Yeah, I think that. So what you can actually learn from my journey is that investment in capacity building is key. Not looking at that output of publication. I don't even think about publication then, but I understand people's plight now, because I see a lot of people publishing. But then I don't have a lot of people publish. If you don't see people publish, student publishing like that, I don't see students. So it's not something that is common. But then being a role model to many people and many people seeing what I'm doing in terms of research, people get interested, and that's okay. So you have to sit down on your own and look at what do you want to do, and the area that you want to explore. You have to think about that. Is it HIV research? Is it cancer research? What kind of research are you really interested in? Is it wet lab research that you have to volunteer in the laboratory? Is it something that you can just learn on your own, like public health research, that you can see that it's just more of reading things, reading books, and asking people questions, asking the right question at the right time. So it depends on you. So you have to look inward. What kind of research do I want to really do? And what so most people ask me, what did I even do wrong? Like, I don't see that. No people used to have that part that is bad, but then my own looks like it's extraordinary to many people, because people felt this a student probably up to 50 papers. And me, I'm just doing my own thing. Just understand this, write this, do that, learn more about research. But it's after that people see it to be extraordinary. I don't see it to be something extraordinary. I'm just doing my own thing because I'm passionate about it. I don't even know that any benefit can actually come from you being a researcher and all those. I don't know. But just that passion for research is what keep pushing me to keep doing different things, to keep building capacity. So I don't see it to be an extraordinary thing. So, but then people see it to be extraordinary. So I just felt, okay, and many people are inspired. So if you are really inspired to get involved in research, look inward. What kind of research do you want to do? And then loads of, if you type on Google, on YouTube now, research method, you see thousands of videos coming up that you watch and you will be tired. So it depends on you and the direction that you want to take. And importantly, you need a mentor. That part of having a mentor cannot be de-emphasized when it comes to research. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Fam Yusuf. And I would also like to say that even during the course of this PIH program, we're also planning like a research hub. I think we actually already have a research hub for people who are also interested in research. And we're planning to actually even have more than a session on research for those who are interested in it. So for those who are not really keen about research, it doesn't mean that if you don't do research, you'll not make it in life. Just like what Fam Ezine has said, you need to find your niche. Just like you really need to find your niche. Some people just feel like, oh, this person is doing research, this person is popular. So if I do research, I'll be popular. If I do research, I would have this, I would have that. I'll be able to clinic in your international organization. It doesn't have to be that. Look at what Fam Yusuf said. He said that he's partial. He doesn't even know that there's anything extra about it. But because he's part okay, sorry about that. I think my network. Yeah. So basically, please, if you have any other question, I don't see anybody raising up their hand. But I would like to say, Fam Taiwo, please, can you just help us to give like an overview? Like, what would you end this session with? What would you want us to like take home with?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Simi, for today's session. And I'm so glad that you have found value from today. And I read in the chat box someone saying, oh, she thinks she has to fill her mentorship form because she has found new mentors in line with her interest and passion. Okay, so I believe that from all that we have shared today, it is important not to forget that your network is powerful, but beyond the network, to have a sense of clarity for yourself. Because in the end, the goal of having a network is not to follow the crowd or not to rely on those other people's ginger or passion. No, it's for you to find your way, to find your path. So that's the goal. So whether if you're unable to find that path by yourself, the goal is to have other people who have been able to find their path to help you shine the light on yourself so that you can also find your own path. I like what Isn't said about the power of self, the power of individuality. And I like what Tini said about the fact that we all attended the same global health course, but we've turned out differently, right? So in the end, determine what success looks like to you. What do you want for yourself? For me, I already determined that I want to live a full life. I want to live life to the fullest, exercising my abilities to the best possible extent. That's what I want. So that makes me pay attention to what my interests are, what my skills are, what my abilities are. Then what exactly do I want with those abilities, skills, and interests? To what end? So the fact that you're interested in public speaking doesn't mean you'll be a public speaker in life. No, you can be at the UN. You're having discourses with heads of states, heads of parliament, and so on. Wonderful. With policymakers, with scientists. Wonderful. You're exercising the public speaking ability to change lives at that level. You're good at writing. That doesn't mean you need to write in life, right? You can exercise your writing in research, in drafting policy papers. Wonderful. So when you begin to identify the skills, abilities, and interest, to what end? What do I want to use these abilities to do? It's fine if you are unclear on how you want to reach that point. I'm glad about what Yusuf said. He knew he was interested in research, he wasn't clear about the how. He did the what, right? He wasn't clear about the how. And thank God he relied on mentors and people around him who could help him to do that. And that's why we decided to bring farm incubation hub, so that you have that environment that helps you to grow and get growth, that helps you to fine-tune your abilities. Remember that last people.
Hello, Taiwo. I think your network is breaking. Hello, Taiwo. Hello, Taiwo. Hello.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Last year, we paid people. We paid people to mentors. Not all of them, it's given. Not all of them maximize the mentorship. I know that not all of you.
Sorry, I'm still breaking.
Oh my God, is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, yes. So I was saying that last year we paid people to mentors, and of course, as expected, not all of them maximized the mentorship. This year also will pay you the mentors, and I know for a fact that not all of you will maximize the mentorship, because we are still at the initial stage. We are still begging people to fill the mentorship form. Some patients who maximize their mentorship experiences got an opportunity to write in Vanguard newspaper. Some of them got opportunities to collaborate with their mentors on research papers. Some of them got opportunities to intern in certain organizations. That's how you begin to groom yourself. That's how you begin to set yourself up for greatness. It's not just by saying, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this. But you've got to institute yourself in that environment and commit yourself to the opportunity.
Hello, it's breaking. Hello, Taiwo, it's breaking. Hello.
Seems like she's offline now.
Oh, okay, I think she's offline. Okay, so while we wait for Taiwo.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Taiwo is back.
Okay. So on a final note, I want to encourage you to maximize the opportunities you've got here. They may seem like simple opportunities that maybe I can do with all of them. But I think that there is a whole lot you can gain when you begin to maximize these opportunities. It's like it's like little drop water, right? Our classmate, Adiola, we were classmates, right? She's now in the University of Oxford. And I know that writing her motivation letter, wasn't easy. She had to put together a letter based on the things she did, based on how she maximized her team, the impact she was able to make in her short while, right? You aspire to that high level. What are you doing with your now? There will be reasons to make excuses. Will you choose to make those excuses? I will not hesitate to withdraw anybody who I find unserious. I will not hesitate to show you the way out if I find that you're not maximizing this opportunity. Because we had a whole lot of people applied for this, but we chose you. But are you choosing us? Are you choosing the opportunities attached to this program? I know that you will say, oh, I have schoolwork. We all have schoolwork. But the goal of this program is to help you excel in spite of the schoolwork. I hope you see the point, guys. I hope you see that this is gold. But are you going to choose it? Are you going to choose it? You have people around here who will support you. You can always reach out to any of us for anything because our desire is to see you bloom. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Fam Taiwo. Fam Christy, any final words for us?
Okay, Taiwo has said a lot, actually. Okay, so I just think it's very necessary for me to say this. While I was in school, I understand the fact that when you go for events and all, you hear people say it, they say it every time. It's not about just your certificates, you need other things, this and that, you need to add it up to your CV, you need the certificates and all. But I just need to let you understand that whenever you're trying to attend events, whenever you're trying to do things, join events, join organizations, you need to be very strategic. So the first thing is, trust me, no one would ask for your certificates. Like when I was in 100, 200 level, I was so particular about the certificate because that was what I was told at events. Like you need all these certificates when you want to get a job. They would ask for this certificate, or probably they would ask for other things aside your BFARM. So you need other certificates. But trust me, no one would ask for your certificate. I've applied for thousands of things. Of course, it can be on your CV, it can be there that you actually did it or so. But they would eventually know if you actually know it or not. So it falls back to what you know. It falls back to all these events, all these activities, what are you learning? So at every point, now you're in PIH. By the time you are done with this cohort, you should be able to say, I learned this, I learned that, I learned this. It's not about the certificate, trust me. Even if we don't issue out the certificate, it doesn't matter, trust me. It's not about the certificate, but it's about what you're getting. So you have to be very strategic. There was a point in my life, at the beginning of every year, or probably like prior to my birthday, I'm always writing it down. What stage am I on? What are the next things I need to learn? If I need to learn this, I need to learn that, so I can know what I will direct my energy to. So it doesn't mean I will have to start jumping on every single thing. And that's another thing. You don't have to jump on every offer. You have to know what you're going and what you need to do. So someone like Yusuf now, he knows his way is research. So he doesn't need to probably join something else that is not probably, he doesn't need to opt into something related to technology or something. Seriously, at times it's not needed unless you just need it for something along your research line. So you need to be strategic. So don't jump at every offer, don't jump at every opportunity, all in the name of they ask me to do things and all. So that's that. So sorry.
Thank you so much, Fam Christy. I don't know if you can hear me.
Okay, so as I was saying, it's about what you know and how you can apply it. Also, those events, now this is PIH, trust me, we have a lot of people here. You people might not know yourself yet, but if you're able to collaborate with each other, you can leverage on the network. It might not be needed now, but later on, trust me, to be needed. When we went to Rwanda back then, we just exchanged contacts, we followed up and all. But now, someone needed something from Fumbi. So the person reached out to me and I'm like, oh, I know Fumbi, this and that. Fumbi is in Harvard currently. So it was easy for me to just message Fumbi, hi Fumbi, what's up, this and that. And that's because I leveraged on the network back then. So it happens. People you know now, just try and keep in touch with each other. So all these things would actually help you in the nearest future. Never can tell where you guys will meet. So that's just it. So see you guys.
Thank you so much, Fam Christy. Fam Yusuf, your final words to us.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can.
I'll just say it's not too late and it's not too early for you to know what you really want from this life. Because of that, previous many people think that you have to graduate or you have to do this before you start thinking of what you really want to do with that degree that you have. The degree that you're working towards. So it's important that you look inward. What is that thing that is unique about you? What is that impact? What area do you want to explore to make impact? Because to me, I don't think we just come to this world to come and collect certificates or eat and just leave. We are here to make impact. So what do you want to be known for? So you have to look inward and make efforts to keep growing. The idea, nobody comes up to something very big in one day. You can't just start doing something one day, you become very big at it. No, it takes conscious effort. So that's why you have to keep looking at yourself and what you really want to do. It might not be research, it might be other things, but then it takes effort and it takes time. So keep growing and keep investing in yourself and explore opportunities. That's another thing. You know that you're interested in this particular field and you are not looking for opportunities in that line. One of the things that can actually make you go move very fast is when you know how to jump at opportunities, especially in what you are interested in. So even though you're interested in AMR, asking about resistance, you should be looking at organizations, you'll be looking at sectors or opportunities in that line that you can jump at and actually make the best out of it. So it's not too late to start making conscious efforts to know what you want from this life. It's not too late and it's not too early. So start looking at yourself like, okay, this is my issue. And you have to actually know how the little things that you're doing now, how it is pushing you towards your long-term goals. So at the end of maybe this discussion, just go and sit down. What are your short-term goals? What are the things that you really want to achieve in the short term? And how is that going to impact that thing? Do you want to become the Minister of Health? Do you want to become the NCDC, the leader, NCDC? Just give us something very big. So what can you do in the short term that will push you towards that goal? So you don't have to be scared of maybe, okay, this thing is too big. You can be ambitious about what you want from this life and the kind of impact that you want to make. But then have a short-term goals that you already put down. Okay, this is what I have to do to be able to build that capacity to achieve this particular goal. So it's very important. Look inward at that thing that is unique about you and make constant efforts to keep growing in that area. Nobody starts very big. If you see a very good writer today or a very good singer, they don't just start with one morning, they just start singing, and that's what makes them to become star. No, it takes conscious effort. No one. Go and bring that person and say, okay, today I know how to do this particular thing and I learn it just one day. No, it takes conscious effort. And what is very important is that have that long-term goal and know how your short-term, what you are doing in short-term, how it's going to actually impact that long-term goal that you have. So you are not too young and you're not too old to make that conscious effort to grow in anything you are interested in and what you see yourself doing in years to come. So start making conscious effort and look inward for uniqueness. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fam Yusuf, Fam Taiwo, Fam Isney in absentia, and Fam Christy. Thank you so much. I'm sure even each and every one of us, moderator, the conveners, we all took something home. And even the participants, we are all learning because we constantly learn every time. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. Really, it's been amazing and I really learned a lot. And in summary and in conclusion, don't be lazy to take steps. Don't be lazy because if you look at all these things, they made their research. Anybody that is lazy, well, You already know what comes out of laziness, sha. But don't be lazy to make research. Don't be tired of the little things you are doing. When you are consistent, you are putting your heart into whatever you are doing and you are diligent, it will pay off. Don't let it be that you want to do this and all that you are aiming is just to be popular and to just get the awards. Yes, the awards are fine. The popularity is fine. But the major thing is that you want to make an impact. You want to make your neighbor smile. You want to do something for the community. The truth is, if you see whatever you are doing in that line, and if you have that sense of purpose, if you see things like that, you'll be frustrated and you'll be tired. I think there was a session I was saying that most times young people, when they are starting up new things, they're always frustrated and of course, there'll be frustration, there'll be a lot of things will frustrate you, but most times they give up because the recognition is not coming first. All those things are not coming first. Don't let your focus be those things. Because those things, whatever you're doing, the little thing you're doing will obviously pay off at any point in time. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to our TED Talk. So don't forget to put it up on LinkedIn, whatever you learned, hashtag PIH Core 3, hashtag, PIH Core 3, and whatever new hashtag you want to put. I think particularly PIH Core 3, and don't forget to tag Farmer Incubation Up. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. And everyone writing exams, I wish you all success in your exams. Yeah, thank you so much. You can also share whatever you learned on the group page. I will be looking forward to that. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.